Good evening everyone, welcome to another Exchange video. In this video we're going to look at recovering an Exchange 2016 server and a list of steps that have to be done before you can actually start recovering. This process does take quite a while to do, so I've already done the groundwork. I just want to show you what it looks like when you do a recovery and show you what's going to be recovered. So firstly, on the older machine, you capture the IP addresses and you might have multiple NICs, one for management and one for application. Then what you do is you shut down your virtual machine on whatever platform you're using, if it's VMM or VMware. Then you go into Active Directory and you reset the computer account. The reason why you're resetting it is because you're going to recover that computer account and all the settings are stored in AD. Then you proceed and you build your new machine, and then you do the basics of changing the computer name, assigning the IP addresses back. Any customization that you do on the box where you assign maybe a different paging file, you adjust the performance settings, etc., that needs to be done. Once that is done, then you can join the machine back to the domain. Once your machine's on the domain, you can install your antivirus and ensure that all your exclusions are set for your AV. After the first few steps are done, we can then start with the actual prerequisites. So CU14 supports .NET 4.8, so I started with that. Then I started after that with the PowerShell prerequisites. Once the server rebooted, then UCMA was installed. After UCMA was installed and the server rebooted, then went and ran Windows updates, and there were multiple updates to be run, so multiple reboots, and that can take anything from an hour to 4 hours depending on the machine. Then the massive ISO for CU14 was downloaded and extracted, and along with that was the security update for the CU as well. And then Visual C++ 2013 installed on the machine, and the server rebooted again. And then lastly, because we have customization on IIS Crypto where we disable certain hashing, etc., this was downloaded, and using the CLI version, just import a template and then reboot the server. Moving ahead to the actual recovery, this is the command that you would use to actually do the recovery of the server. So I've launched command prompt elevated, navigated to the installs folder, and I'm going to now kick off the installation in recovery. This is an unattended installation. I obviously don't want to do a GUI installation because I'm recovering and you can't do it in the GUI in any way. So depending on the speed of your server, you'll notice the copy files might be quick or it can take a little while. This is quite a jacked up server, so it's got a lot of processors and memory, so the installation should be pretty quick. While we wait for this, luckily the server wasn't part of a DAG or had any mailboxes or copies of mailbox databases on. If that was the case, then you would obviously have to go and force remove databases and then remove it from the actual DAG as well, and then the actual installation can proceed. Now if you notice here, it's going to recover this. Now the reason being you don't see the mailbox role here is the setup was running and the server blue screened, and then after that the setup failed continuously with push notifications, even though it was deleted from ADSI edit and from IIS. I had to end up doing a recovery installation because it just wouldn't complete. And in Exchange itself, it showed the server had no roles attached to it. So even with the GUI installation, it says it's incomplete, or running the unattended installation, it still failed. Push notifications, the IIS virtual directory was removed along with information in ADSI edit under HTTP, but still just wouldn't do anything. So instead of wasting time, here we are doing a recovery. Now you can see it's pretty quick, and this process shouldn't take too long to install and configure. If it does fail again, then obviously we'd have to go and do a proper cleanup in ADSI edits, remove it from multiple locations, and then set up the server again from scratch, but doing a normal installation. Thank you for watching.